Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dumfries. Welcome to the Woodland House Hotel. The Dumfries, the final resting place of who I consider, and most people consider, Scotland's most famous son, who was Robert Burns, who wrote the international national anthem, Auld Lang Syne, and among other things, he wrote an address to our national dish, which is the haggis. Has anybody tasted haggis before? Yes? Gorgeous. Please have a taste of it, right? It's made up of, well, some people say it's awful. Awful. And but every butcher has his different recipe. And basically you can enjoy this. Every butcher has his recipe in it, and it's made up of, yes, what's left of the animal, because in tight days gone by, things were tight as they are today, and we had to use everything. So what was left was put in a sheep's stomach along with oatmeal and spices, and every butcher has his own recipe. And I do about 17 burn suppers a year, and you can just about tell by you get to the end of burn season whose haggis it is, because you get the taste for it. I say 17 burn suppers a year. I mean, I don't do them all on the 25th of January. I'm not like Santa Claus who can get round every house on Christmas Eve. So my burn season goes from about the second week in January. In fact, next year it's going from the 6th of January right through to the 2nd of March. And it's the season I call Ramadan. However, did we see somebody say they were Campbell? Oh. I always tell this, you'll have heard it before, but I've got two really good friends in Lochmaben, where the wee town I stay in, and they're called Willie Campbell and John MacDonald. Now, the Campbells and the MacDonalds go back hundreds of years, However, they've been pals for 40 years, right through school, until last Wednesday morning, when John MacDonald walked into Corolla's Cafe in Lochmaben, and he punched Willie Campbell square in the mouth. He really got to his feet. He says, "What was that for?" He says, "That's for what he done to us at the massacre at Glencoe." He says, "That was hundreds of years ago." He says, "I just found out about that this morning." However, Burns is not just for January, it's for all year. And this year, in the world famous Globe Inn in Dumfries, I did a summer burn supper, haggis, neeps and new tatties. And I would have to say it was a weird night, because when I walked into the wee snug bar where Robert Burns used to drink, I met a pirate. And I went, "You're a bit early for Halloween." He went, no Halloween. I says, "Well, what are you doing dressed as a pirate? Is it fancy dress?" He went, "No, I'm a real pirate." Hurrah, pieces of bacon. I went, "Well, how did you get your leg? How did you wash your leg?" He says, "I've been fighting for a ship full of silver, and a bit of shrapnel came through the boat, took my leg clean off." Hurrah. I went, "Right, what about your hook? How did you get the hook?" He says, "Well, I've been fighting for a ship full of silver, and a bit of shrapnel came through the boat, took my arm clean off." Hurrah. I went, "Really?" And I says, "What about the eye patch? Was that shrapnel?" He went, "No, that was seagull crab." How on earth did seagull crab do that? He says, "First week with the hook." They don't get any better. Can you see all right?
You can't understand what you're saying.
So here we go. If you can't understand that, you've got no chance with the address to the haggis. But you know it in perfect English, don't you? So if they buy you enough drink afterwards.
I'll play it on the bus tomorrow.
So here we go, the haggis by Robert Burns. "Fair for your honest, sonsy face, great chieftain o' the puddin' race, a bin the ma ye tak your place, pinch right earth him, and will are ye worthy of a grace as long as the hair. You're grown in trencher, there you fill your heart days like a distant till your peen would help to mend the mill in time of need. But through your pores the dews distill, like amber bead. His knife, see a rustic weaver death, now and cut you over any slit. drenching your gushing entrails brick like Connie Ditch. And oh, what a glorious sight. Warm reeking. Rich. Then, horn for horn, we'll stretch and strive. You'll tack the hindmost on the drive till all these we'll swart tights belie are bent like drums. And all good men mays like to ride. Oh, we thank you, Thomas. Is there that our is French ragout, or olio that would still a sewer fricassee that would make us spew, with perfect scunner, looks doon wi, sneer and scorn for you and sick of dinner. Fair deal. See him over his trash, as feckless as a wither brash. His spindle shan't forget whiplash. His knee, a net, or bloody flooding field to dash. Oh, how unfit. But, mark the rustic haggis fed. The trembling earth is out of this tread. Marked in his wally lever blade, he'll mark it whistle. Legs, names, needs, will stead, like taps of thistle. Ye powers, who mark mankind your care, and dish them out her bill of fare. Old Scotland wants nae skinking ware that joups in luggies. But if you wish her grateful prayer, gie her a haggis. Thank you. Now, I hope you all have a wonderful evening tonight. Just one wee thing, could you send me that quick photograph, please?
Okay, yeah.
And is it alright if I put that on my social media? Just so my wife knows I was here and they were else. I've been married 3 times, so which surprises me really, because after the second time I was never getting married again. I was just going to find somebody I didn't like and give them the house. But, however, there was an Australian lady asked me about 4 or 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago, she said, "Now, Piper, are you not now going to pour the whiskey over the haggis?" And my reply was, "Not a chance." Folks, I hope you have a wonderful night at the Woodland House Hotel and a safe onward journey.
Thank you.
Send that photo.
I will
Lovely.
indeed.
Thanks very much, folks.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.